You think you know Hollywood? The red carpets, the flashing lights, the perfect smiles. But what if the truth was darker than it looks? But behind all that glitz lie stories hidden under NDAs, meticulously crafted PR moves, and smiling interviews. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the industry's hidden scars. From secret breakdowns to public meltdowns that were never as spontaneous as they seemed, we reveal the truth about what fame truly demands. Behind the smile, the mental strain of stardom. We live in a world that thrives on fame. From people dreaming of stardom to celebrities endorsing every product under the sun, the idea of being famous is everywhere. Everyone craves admiration and acceptance, and with social media, it almost feels like anyone can achieve celebrity status with just a little effort. But behind the filters, brand deals, and flawless PR moves lies a truth that doesn't trend. Fame breaks people. The pressure to perform, the constant scrutiny, and the heavy cost of a public life can push even the strongest stars into making choices they might later regret. For many celebrities, life in the spotlight comes with a steep price. Every step they take is watched, every misstep magnified. That never-ending attention is not merely a minor inconvenience, it's a way of life that can quickly become overwhelming. When every move is on display, stars begin to wonder if their private lives have been completely hijacked. Even legends like Kurt Cobain and Elvis Presley, icons loved by millions, were not immune to the heavy burdens fame can bring. Cobain, overwhelmed by depression, addiction, and the suffocating pressure of constant attention, tragically took his own life in 1994. Elvis, once the most electrifying performer on the planet, died at just 42, isolated, medicated, and trapped in the very mansion that made him famous. Even the strongest celebrities get caught in this loop. Every move is watched. Every mistake becomes a headline. There's no off switch, no normal life to return to. The relentless attention does more than erode privacy. It breeds isolation. Despite the adoration of countless fans, many celebrities end up feeling profoundly lonely. A simple walk down the street can become a daunting challenge when every movement is scrutinized by a swarm of onlookers. Take George Clooney, for instance. Once known for enjoying a quiet stroll in New York, he now finds that even grabbing a coffee turns into an event, complete with flashing cameras and curious fans. Over time, the relentless intrusion exacts a heavy toll on celebrities, making them deal with an overwhelming sense of isolation. And then there's dating. For someone like Selena Gomez, just trying to connect with another human becomes a PR nightmare. Every person she talks to gets thrown into the rumor mill. One coffee date? Suddenly, it's new boyfriend confirmed across every gossip site. At some point, you stop even trying, because what's the point? A lot of stars end up building walls. They hide behind stylists, teams, fake smiles, whatever they need to do to protect what's left of their sanity. And honestly, it works. For a while. But pretending to be someone else every day just to survive? That'll mess with your head. Because behind the glam and curated Instagram grids, that perfect image takes serious work to hold up. And for some celebs, it's breaking them more than it's building them. Mastering the game, how celebs control the narrative. But while some stars are consumed by the spotlight, others learn to master it, flipping the script and taking control of the narrative. Cameron Diaz turned heartbreak into headlines on her own terms. After her split with Justin Timberlake, she didn't hide. She dressed up, hit the town, and made sure the cameras caught her smiling. She rewrote the story before anyone else could. This approach not only produced striking images that showcased her confidence, but also earned her a kind of respect from the press. A calculated move that turned a potentially negative moment into a series of memorable public appearances. Paris Hilton is another star who has mastered this art of narrative control. Paris turned her life into a brand, carefully orchestrating every photo and public appearance to reinforce her image. Every candid shot was part of the plan. Product placements, staged moments, the whole deal, all feed into this big strategy to keep Paris Hilton exactly where she wants to be, relevant. And yeah, people love to throw around the whole dumb blonde thing, but let's be real, she's anything but dumb. She's been playing the media game for years, and winning. Every public appearance isn't just for the cameras, it's a power move. She flipped the script and turned the spotlight into her playground. Then there's Ryan Gosling. Effortlessly cool, like fame doesn't even faze him. He's got this calm, laid-back vibe that lets him float through the public eye like it's no big deal. Whether he's walking his dog or giving a casual nod to the paparazzi, it's like he cracked the code on how to be famous without losing his mind. And then you've got Justin Bieber. Yeah, he's had his moments, but behind all the headlines, he's actually pretty chill when dealing with the chaos. He'll talk to photographers, stay composed, and handle it way better than people give him credit for. It just goes to show that not every celeb gets swallowed by the spotlight. Some learn how to use it, shape it, and stay in control. They're not just surviving fame, they're bending it to work for them. Paparazzi pressure when fame turns predatory. Even with all the tricks celebrities use to manage their image, the darker side of fame is always lurking, and it's got a name: the paparazzi. These guys aren't just snapping pics. They're on a mission. One wild photo, one breakdown, one meltdown, and boom, they've hit the jackpot. The more dramatic, the better. When Britney Spears shaved her head in 2007, the cameras were already rolling. That moment wasn't just personal, it was sold to the world, and it made people millions. Paparazzi have an almost obsessive knowledge of a star's routine, knowing every detail of their schedules and even their most personal habits. Paparazzi follow celebrities like shadows. They have an almost obsessive knowledge of a star's routine. They know every route, every stop, every weird habit. They watch so closely that even grabbing coffee becomes a potential headline. And weirdly, some celebs even form strange relationships with them. Britney, during her public spiral, reportedly got close to a few of them. She even dated one. That's how warped and messy it can get. Now, social media was supposed to help, give stars a way to control the narrative. Post a selfie, tell your side, set the tone. But even with that power, the old school media's thirst for scandal is still very much alive. If something goes wrong, best believe the headlines are ready before the dust settles. The media's intrusion doesn't stop at routine coverage. It often leads to explosive breakdowns that are anything but spontaneous. They're often the result of being pushed too far. Take Kanye West, for example. His outburst at LAX toward a TMZ cameraman got replayed endlessly, but what people didn't see was the pressure boiling beneath the surface. Same with Blac Chyna. Her confrontation with the press came right after hurtful stuff from her own family. These aren't random moments. They're what happens when personal pain meets public exposure. Even younger stars can't escape it. Paris Jackson, after the Met Gala, was insulted by a photographer using a nickname tied to her late father, Michael Jackson. It hit deep. But instead of empathy, the moment got twisted into another tabloid story. These moments show exactly how brutal fame can be. In a world where every second of a celebrity's life is up for grabs, privacy doesn't just disappear, it gets hunted down and sold. And that human vulnerability becomes just another headline. Breaking the pattern. Can fame ever be healthy? Not every celeb crumbles under pressure. Some, they turn fame into fuel. Will Smith is one of them. He's talked openly about how fame has its perks, the VIP treatment, extra respect, getting bumped to the front of every line. But he's also honest about the downside. The crowds, the scrutiny, the weight of everyone expecting you to be perfect 24/7. Still, Will knows how to keep it moving. He chooses to focus on the good stuff and take advantage of the opportunities fame brings. Then you've got Henry Cavill. Yeah, Superman himself. He's refreshingly honest about the perks. One of his favorite parts of being famous is not stressing over price tags. Relatable? Not really. But honest? Absolutely. That said, he's not just out there flexing his lifestyle, he's also known for being generous. If you're out with Henry, odds are he's picking up the tab. Respect. Then there's Robert Downey Jr., the guy who went from mugshots and courtrooms to red carpets and Marvel royalty. He provides perhaps one of the most inspiring examples of turning personal struggles into a force for good. His remarkable comeback story is well known, but what truly sets him apart is his commitment to giving back. Together with his wife, he founded the Random Act Fund, a program dedicated to promoting kindness and helping those in need, especially children. It's a reminder that even in the most elite corners of Hollywood, some stars are actually trying to do good. The truth is, some celebrities have learned how to work the spotlight instead of letting it consume them. People like Cameron Diaz and Paris Hilton know how to flip bad press into a better story. Breakups, setbacks, drama, they've turned it all into powerful image-building moments, and it works really well for them. It somehow overshadows the negative aspect and makes their lives look rosy. Even someone like Zendaya with a clean image. No drama. You think that's just her being lucky? Nope. That's control. She knows how to stay visible without oversharing. She controls the narrative, keeps things polished, and never lets the chaos get too close. And now that social media exists, the game's changed completely. Celebs don't need a magazine to tell their story anymore. They post it, they shape it, they own it. Of course, it's not perfect. The pressure's still there. The trolls are still loud. But at least now they've got a voice that isn't filtered through headlines. At the end of the day, fame is still a double-edged sword. Yeah, it brings luxury, reach, and influence and all the glamour money can buy. But it also comes with sacrifices most people never see. The same public that lifts celebrities up can just as easily become the thing that tears them down. The machine doesn't stop. You have to learn to move with it or get crushed by it. But not everyone folds. Some push back, some rebuild, some even find peace in the chaos. Maybe one day we'll get to a point where fame doesn't cost people their privacy or their sanity, where being known doesn't mean being owned. Until then, this dance between love and judgment, fame and freedom continues. And for us watching, it's worth remembering. Behind every perfect selfie, every red carpet moment, there's a real person figuring it out, just like the rest of us. So let us learn to be kind towards them and treat them as humans first, before anything else. So what do you think? Is it all worth it? Or is the price of fame just too high? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more real stories from behind the spotlight.